Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you game 2 in a series between EG's DeMuslim, and I just realized I had it on 2x speed. EG DeMuslim versus Mouse Morrow here on Tal'Darim Altar. I had to start recasting this game as my computer started to, for all purposes, freak out on me. I was getting about 2 frames a second trying to watch this Overlord fly, so yeah, I did upgrade my computer. It is significantly faster. Hopefully, it does look better for you guys as well. I upgraded to a 570 GT or GTX 570 off of the donations I've been receiving from you guys, and hopefully, I'll be able to just consistently deliver high-level replays and high-level shoutcasts for you. Anyways, we have DeMuslim setting up a supply depot over here on the front door. A little friendly banter between the two players so far, as Mouse Morrow now setting up a green, or still pretty much doing the same exact build that we saw in the previous game, not going for anything just quite yet. How can I determine if it was the same exact build if I haven't seen if he's going hatchery first or spawning pool first? So I guess I'm being a little bit premature in terms of my predictions. Anyways, back over here, we are going for a barracks by DeMuslim, so this is going to be your standard 12 racks being placed down, and I'm waiting to see if we're going to have a refinery or not, and we don't have a refinery, so we may be going for a fast expansion attempt by DeMuslim. So DeMuslim, if he goes for that fast expansion attempt, we'll keep him up. Apparently I haven't been watching or reading the conversation, but he will keep up with Morrow's now fast hatchery position over here. So Morrow currently just training up a lot of drones, and we'll see what's going to be happening here in just a moment. We currently have all right, so Morrow with a very, very nice counter comment there. Another supply depot now being built on the front door here. So it looks like DeMuslim he's all right. Very nice. If you didn't know, Morrow did used to play Terran a long time ago, and apparently his last build, that marine reactor double hellion drop craziness, was a very, very interesting build. I don't think Morrow was ready for it. It is not what you consider standard play, but it definitely was not cheese by any means, as Marines are now positioning themselves over here. One drone now going to try to walk up that ramp. Marine's going to be able to shoot it down, finally get that last shot there, and now good game, good luck, as the game does continue, and it will mean that both players are now trying to focus more on the long-term game. We do have a command center now coming into play as well. You can see that that reactor is now nearly completed, and this is exactly the same build that DeMuslim went in the last time around. We'll see what's going to be happening over here. And now SCV coming over scouting. We'll quickly see that it is in fact not going to be cross-spawn, as the Overlord now making its way over. The Marines are going to be able to just hold off, do some protection there. Double Marines are going to be trained. 2 rounds of Marines should be able to be trained out of there. Factories do take 60 seconds to build, so only 4 Marines will be queued up, be trained out, as DeMuslim may try to go for that same strategy once more. 3 Zerglings already on the move again. They will have to try to battle against 4 Marines, and those Marines should be able to easily take down any of those Zerglings, as those Zerglings are now just going to try to pop up that ramp there, and then once again go into full retreat. We are having, 1 hatchery, and now 2 queens, so I'm not exactly sure what the queens are going to be doing. I don't think they actually wanted to be off of creep. We may see some creep tumors as well, as a Zergling now coming around that far corner, and instead going to see 6 Marines. If it ventures a little bit too far forward, 1 shot will destroy them all. Double Hellions now being trained. We are going into that starport and now going into another reactor as well. So this is exactly the same build that DeMuslim tried to go for last time and found a lot of success with. But the interesting thing, or interesting part of it, was that Morrow wasn't that far behind in terms of his economy. Take a look at the economy now. 32 drones versus 23 SCVs. Yeah, the ability to be able to power drone off of 2 bases. Very, very powerful, very, very strong, and the only reason why Terran right now stands a chance is because he does have some mules. He is still pretty much far behind there, and that's with non-stop SCV production. Army-wise, DeMuslim still having a much, much larger army, 700 total resources, so what, 4 Marines, 4 Hellions, 6 Marines, as we are now getting another supply depot built there. Hellions quickly taking down 1 Zergling, and now the Hellions are going to try to make a move. We'll see what's going to be happening, as there is now double double spine crawlers. So double spine crawlers now coming in to make sure that those Hellions are not going to get that much damage at all. It looks like the Hellions are trying to clean up any scouting Zerglings. Doesn't want to be surprised by any maneuvers, as we are now going in for a drop, and DeMuslim using the same strategy that he used last game. Morrow will spot this one Overlord, and he is also going into Banelings. So Banelings, a necessary key element in this battle. Banelings do additional damage both towards Hellions and Marines, as well as the Hellions trying to push their way forward will not be able to do so. Evolution Chamber blocking the way, Queens and Spine Crawlers, and we'll see what's going to be happening here in just a moment. Able to take down one of those Creep Tumors, now going after the Queen. The Queen is in a bit of trouble, getting surrounded on all sides, unable to make it through, and nicely done there. The Marines may go for a drop into this location up on the high ground. The Hellions once again providing cover fire. Two Hellions are trying to drop in. The Hellions spot that the Spine Crawlers are not in position, and now just going to jump back in as the Hellions now move in through that front door. The Hellions have a complete front door to work with, as the Marines, the medevac taking a lot of damage so far. The Marines need to back off a little bit as the Hellions are now trying to get in position. There are Banelings though, and those Banelings may be able to find their target. Hellions getting completely demolished by all of those Banelings. And now we can see that the medevac is trying to unload all of its cargo, trying to keep those units alive. Those Banelings should not be able to find their target, no. But very heavy losses on both sides. Those Banelings splashing and getting that damage in. We have a decent number of Marines. Zerglings are going to once again rebuild. We do have a drone trying to set up a hatchery over here. It will get spotted in just a moment, as well as a new round of Banelings also being morphed into play. Hellions now quickly spot that there are Banelings up on the high ground that need to be morphed in, and it looks like they are just going to all get canceled there, as the Marines are now continuing to push in. This one Spine Crawler dangerously low on, or dangerously far away from not being able to root. It looks like 12 more seconds. Is it going to get taken down? It looks like it will. So one does get taken down. The Queen now trying to engage back down over here. The Spine Crawler does have 2 armor, able to protect against a lot of damage, as the Banelings just suiciding their way in and getting so much damage, and the medevac also destroyed. So with the medevac down, Morrow now takes the lead at 1750 total resources lost versus 1400. Total units, 50 drones versus 45 SCVs. Army-wise, we also have the Muslim behind ever so slightly by 200 resources at this stage in the game. Morrow still continuing to just trying to get up as many queens as possible. Yes, will be able to lay down a creep tumor just as the creep starts to recede around it. That creep will be able to start generating more and more creep, and Morrow does not have to wait for additional creep very much longer. Back over here, we do have one hatchery in play, or will be in play right now, and a queen should get transferred over there in just a moment. So far, 50 drones versus 51 SCVs. 5 mules being called in, though. So those 5 mules going to give a very strong army, or a really strong mineral bonus to the Muslims' army there. Trying to keep up with production. Running off of 6 racks so far. Still training up Hellions and medevacs. The medevac is not even being trained off of a reactor there, as we are finally going into double engineering bay. Production-wise, we have combat shield and Stimpack being researched. Centrifugal hooks are being researched as well. Pneumatized carapaces, so the overlords are going to be able to move out much more quickly. I do not see ventral sacks being upgraded. No ventral sacks at all. So we are not going to have any Baneling carpet bombing or Baneling bombing runs anytime soon. Marauders now quickly cleaning up there, as there are Mutalisks in the air trying to own the skies and finishing off a lot of that damage, or finishing off perhaps some of those Marauders and Hellions if they move or venture out a little bit too far forward. Stimpack still needs another 30 seconds. Concussive Shell. Mutalisk now going after a round of those Marauders. A Queen now trying to position itself as well. That Queen will be able to lay down that creep tumor there, as I do not believe the Muslim really wants to engage just quite yet. The Muslim has a stronger mineral army, but a much smaller gas army at this stage, as we are still not getting any upgrades at all. Banelings and Mutalisks still being just being morphed over here. A lot of Mutalisks in the air, more Zerglings as well, and I would really like to see Baneling carpet bombing just because he already has the pneumatized carapaces. The Zerglings are trying to come in and swarm. Looks like some damage could have been dealt. The Hellions are now quickly trying to get out of that medevac there, as the Zerglings now try to swarm in. Banelings may be able to use the creep, and now moving very quickly and getting a lot of damage there, and so many of those Mutalisks Marines are just going to get eaten apart there as the Banelings get underneath, and the Muslim says GG. Wow, that was a very fast GG, in fact. I think there was just a little bit of a slip up there, but with so many Mutalisks in the air left, no Marines left, these 3 medevacs would have easily been destroyed. These 2 Marauders are pretty much dead as well. And you can see as soon as these units die, that is pretty much all of the Muslims' army. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed. Game 2 in this best of 3 series. Morrow able to even the score.